Hi, I'm Sarah from Sarah Hunt Yoga, and today I'm going to do a chair yoga video with you. So chair yoga is one of my favorite things to do because you don't have to pull out a mat and do yoga for an hour. You can just do it while sitting at your desk if you're working, or maybe taking a little break in between your work. So we weren't meant to sit at desks for as long as we do, and the body and the mind start to respond negatively when we do this. So these are some ways that we can counteract the negative effects we feel in our body and our mind when we sit at a desk too long. So we're going to start by just closing our eyes and taking a couple deep breaths, and watch your posture right away, because often what happens is we slouch, and every time we pull our head forwards it puts a lot more strain on our neck and our shoulders. So keep your ears over your shoulders, your jaw back slightly, spine nice and tall. So make sure your feet are planted deeply into the ground. So spread your toes as wide as you can. You can have shoes on or socks on obviously, but just keep your heels and the balls of the feet on the ground, and that will help your posture as well. So you might need to slide forward a little bit or put a pillow behind your back. So close your eyes and just start to deepen your breath. Even if you do this for 3 or 4 breaths in the middle of your day, it's a really good way to refresh your mind. So the breath is one of the few things that we do consciously or unconsciously in our body. And naturally, because the body has lots of things to do, it is going to breathe unconsciously. And the problem with that is when we breathe unconsciously, without thinking about it, the breath sort of just goes into the collarbone at the top of the lungs. So what we want to do is send the breath deeper down into our belly. So take a full breath in and exhale. I like to inhale through my nose and exhale through my mouth. So when you breathe like this, it has so many amazing effects. What happens is it sends a lot of energy and oxygen into the organs and all the way deep into a cellular level. It also starts to relax the nervous system. And the nervous system is the highest system in the body. It's what deals with our stress. And when we're not breathing deeply, all of the other systems in our bodies, our immune system, our digestive system, all those other systems start to feel the negative effects of the body under stress. So deep breaths can help to do things like strengthen your other systems, which is amazing. Closing your eyes just for a few moments as well, taking deep breaths can help to make you more focused, more productive, more creative. So take one more inhale. Exhale, really big sigh out through the mouth, clear and let go. And then open your eyes. Great. You should feel a little bit more refreshed already. So on to movement. So when we sit at a desk all day, I'll turn back and forth a few times. We often do this, and it all stems at our lower back. So the whole body starts to pull forwards, and the head basically gets heavier every time we go a little bit further down. So when we're up like this, aka good posture, our body is just perfectly aligned. It's like the same laws that architects apply to when building a building. You know, you want to stack everything so that there's no one structure that's particularly overstressed. The same thing happens with the body. As soon as we hunch forward, everything else has to work a lot harder to keep yourself up nice and tall and just to keep you healthy. So do yourself a favor, you might need to sit back from your desk a little bit. Again, feet on the floor, spine tall. I often imagine there's a string pulling my head up to the ceiling, and that lengthens your ears away from your shoulders. All right, so you might be feeling a little bit sore, stiff and achy just from sitting at a desk a lot. So this is, again, a great way to get everything moving. So I'm gonna split it up into spine, and then neck and shoulders, and then hips. And the hips kind of go with the lower back as well. So let's start with spine. So again, think of your posture nice and tall. Think of elongating the space between the vertebrae. And we're just gonna start with a simple cat-cow movement. So we're gonna go forwards, lean your heart forward, lift your chin up, exhale, round back. So let's start to incorporate our breath with our movements. Inhale and exhale. So I'll go from the side to the side a little so you can see. So you round like this, and then you go back, and your hands just naturally kind of move forward and back on your legs, I find. Inhale up and exhale down. So the spine will just be really happy when you start to do this. And you can probably do this while still reading an email. You know, you're just moving your spine back and forth a little bit. it'll just help to keep everything flowing. So now adding on to this, what you can do is interlace your hands above your head as you inhale, heart forward, arms up. As you exhale, round back like this. And this one's really good for your upper back. So again, inhale, lift up, exhale down. And I find that all of these movements are amplified when we close our eyes, because our brain gets really distracted when we see images and have to process all of those. We don't really think about doing it, but we're doing it all the time. So close your eyes, and this will just give your body a little reset. So one more time, inhale up and exhale down. And if you're feeling a lot of pain in your upper back, you might just want to do this one and pause here. Tuck your chin into your chest, feel like you're leaning back a bit, and push your palm forward towards your screen. Okay, keeping your hands interlaced, lean over to one side. This is a nice one. Rather than take both arms straight, I usually drop the bottom arm a little bit and straighten that other arm at the top. Good, take an inhale here. Come back to center, just feel the difference on both sides already. You'll feel a lot longer on this side. And then let's do a little thing here where we interlace our hands the opposite way we normally do. So you have a habitual interlace. When you do this, your mind, it'll feel really awkward. Your mind will get really annoyed as well, because the mind likes comfort zone. So this is a good way for switching up some things inside the body. So lean over to the side. Again, top arm nice and straight. Inhale, exhale, drop the bottom arm a little bit and lean over again. Good, take one more breath. You can hold these as much as you want to. You can maybe stay a little bit longer if you're really feeling it, and then come down. You see, another way to do this is just hold on to the side of the chair, whether you have your arm rest on your chair like this, you can take your hand there, or reach over like this. Good, so take a breath in, lengthen. That's the inhaling, energizing breath. Exhale, relaxing. Good, we better do the other side just to keep balance. Inhale, reach up nice and tall. And then exhale over to the other side. Relax your shoulders. Good, take one more breath. Stretch a little bit more, lengthening the sides of the waist, and then come back up. Okay, now we're gonna go into a twist. So a twist is an amazing way to really open up the spine in the back. So what I like to do is take my hand behind the chair like this. You might not have a back on your chair, though. You might just want to hold to the side or take your hand behind the chair and move forward a bit. But hand behind the chair like this, so I'm going to be like that, is a nice way to open up the side of the shoulder and the chest. So I like to take my hand across. It's just like a simple twist like this. Close your eyes. As you inhale, lengthen through the spine, lift the crown of the head up to the sky. As you exhale, twist a little bit deeper. Now try not to look all the way back behind you, because that will just crank your neck a little bit. So when you look to the side, just look a quarter of a turn to the side. Good, take one more breath in. Exhale. And then come back to center, and then just wiggle out a little bit. Good, other side. So again, hand to the side and arm across, or maybe reach back and around. Good, so twists are really detoxing for the body. They help to wring out the liver and the kidneys and the digestive organs. So take a full breath in, lengthen. Exhale, twist a little bit more. Good, so if you're experiencing a lot of back pain, this is a great way to keep your back happy. Good, so take one more inhale, exhale, and then come back to center. Good, so give your shoulders a little roll here. And then we're gonna interlace our hands behind our back. Squeeze our shoulder blades towards each other. And then we're just gonna lift our heart forward. So what happens here is I find that there's not a lot of space to do this. If you move forward a lot, you can. So what I'm doing is this. You might either just kind of come off your chair a little bit like I am and just use it as a seat without the back behind it to lengthen. Or what you can do is you can grab on behind the chair like this, come forward as far as you can, and lengthen like this, depending how deep your chair is. So what I'm going to do today is just turn to the side, interlace my hands behind my back. So there's a three-part process to this. First of all, you squeeze shoulder blades together, then you drop your shoulder blades down, and then you lengthen your arms as far away as you can. So if your neck is really tight, you'll feel a little bit cramped here, that's all right. So then just stay here with your lungs really open, close your eyes, just feel your rib cage expand to make room for your lungs. Take a full breath in, exhale. Good, one more inhale, and exhale. Good, come back. So you should feel a little bit taller now. Good, relax your shoulders, take a breath in. Exhale, drop them down. So again, imagine you've got some heavy weights on your shoulders, just pulling them down, but still lengthening up. So moving on to the neck and the shoulders now, this is a really problematic area when we work at a desk. So we're just gonna start with sideways figure eights. So rocking back and forth, side to side. So I'm always trying to find out different little chair yoga exercises we can do based on what we're doing at our work desk. So if you're working from home and maybe you're on a conference call and you're just listening, this is a good one to do. Well, essentially all of these are. You know, this would be pretty hard to read an email with, but it's a nice thing to do when you're just listening, or maybe if you just need a little break. So don't be alarmed if you hear lots of little clicks and creaks. This is normal. It's just your neck saying, hey, I need this more often. Good, come back to center, relax down. Good, so now start to roll your shoulders up, back, and down. This will feel a little bit dull and achy, but what it's doing is it's breaking up tension in your shoulders. So do it a little bit further. And again, remember your breath. So combining breath with movement is where the magic of yoga starts to happen. Good, lift them high up towards your ears and then drop them. Good. And then while we're here, another nice thing to do is take your hands under your chair, reach a little bit further, as far down as you can, and just pull down, ears away from the shoulders. Good, hands back to the legs, drop your ear to one side. And then, so this ear is up towards the ceiling. This shoulder will start to lift a little bit. So either pull it down by doing this, or what I like to do is hold onto my chair underneath and lean to this side. And then you'll feel a deep stretch on the side of the neck. Good, take a full breath in, sigh out. And if there's a lot of pain on one side, you'll maybe want to hold a little bit longer. And if you didn't know one side is worse than the other, because one usually is, this is a great way to see where you're imbalanced. Good, so come up, close your eyes, and see how long you feel on that side. It's incredible, just a short amount of yoga, chair yoga stretches will really shift you. Good, drop your head to the other side. Again, if you're really tight, you might not want to go all the way. And then another thing to do is if you're really tight, just lift your chin up and down a little bit, and that'll help to alleviate any real deep tightness before we begin. So again, you can drop like this, or you can hold on like this and lean to the side. Good, close your eyes, take an inhale and an exhale. Good, one more breath, and then rise back up. Great, release the shoulders again. Okay, eagle arms, this is one of my favorites. So take your arms out to the side. We're gonna reach our arm forward, back, and around. Start by doing this, by reaching your hands behind and start to walk your fingertips towards each other as far as you can. So this is stage one. You can also bend forwards like this, and it's a nice thing for your back. Drop and relax your head, and you'll feel it all the way up and down your spine, specifically in your neck and your shoulders. If you want to go a little bit deeper, take that bottom arm, reach the back of the hands towards each other, take the hand closest to you, and maybe reach around and touch. Keep the elbows hugging towards each other with that bottom arm tucked in and around. I'll do it from the side here. So what you don't want is this. You want your upper arms, these ones, the triceps, more parallel to the ground, with the forearms more parallel to your screen. So take an inhale here, and if you're really tight in the shoulders, this will be enough. So take really deep breaths here, so you're gonna really feel it in your upper back. If you wanna go a little bit deeper, what you can do is either do some circles, inhaling and exhaling, or you can lean down a little bit, tucking your chin into your chest. So this way gravity does a lot of the work, and you're also relaxing your nervous system, because when we bow down, it's amazing for relaxing our stress levels in our body. So pause here, take a deep breath in, exhale. Good, stay there as long as you want, and then release. Take your arms out to the side. Good, take a breath in. Good, other arm and around. And again, sometimes I have clients that just say, oh my gosh, I can't do it at all on this side. So again, see how it feels. You might just want to stay here and come down, or you might want to reach up. You might even just have back of the hands coming towards touching, but not actually touching. And then if you want to go a little bit deeper, you can just drop that thumb, grab on, and maybe come closer. Good, elbows lift up, inhale, forearms move away from your face. Do a slight little circle here. Yeah, lots of clicks. I need to do it more too. And then lift up, and then come forwards here, tuck your chin into your chest. Take a really deep breath in, close your eyes. Exhale. Maybe dropping a little bit deeper, elbows coming towards your upper legs. Good, big breath in, and big breath out. Good, rise all the way up, and release down. Good, shoulders roll, and then just take your arms back, palms facing back and up. Good, one more inhale, exhale, and we're gonna do another cat-cow sequence, but this time with our hands behind our head. So you might do this naturally when you're taking a little break, it's just lean back, but that actually feels really good, especially when you try to take your elbows out of your own gaze. So rather than be here, try to do this, but where you really feel it is when you put a lot of pressure, not a lot of pressure, but let's just say a little bit of pressure. Put your head into your hands and push your head. Drop your head into your hands, but equally push your hands into your head. So there's some resistance here. So again, anytime you open up the lungs, you can really get a big deep space here, and you can send energy and oxygen into the lungs, again, nourishing all the organs and keeping you alert and focused. So when you're tired and lethargic in the middle of the day, it doesn't always mean you need another coffee. It often just means your body is saying, listen, I need something to wake up. So natural caffeine for your body. Inhale here, now let's move on. Exhale, I'm doing it to the side so you can just see down, and you'll feel this in the upper back a lot. So you can go as slow or as fast as you want here. Inhale. This is probably as fast as I'd want to go. Exhale. Or you can go really slow and hold here for a few deep breaths. And then we're going to finish off holding here. So when you drop your elbows down, push your head up into your hands, and this will really strengthen the neck. Good, take one more deep breath in. Maybe drop elbows a little bit more. Feel energy running up and down your spine. And then come all the way up. Okay. Almost done shoulders and neck. We're going to take our hands behind the chair again. Either hold on to the bottom or behind, or interlace our hands. This one just helps to pull shoulders back and down, but we're just going to do neck rolls. So tuck your chin into your chest. Keep your chin running along your chest as you go through center, but look back behind each shoulder. So inhale to one side and exhale to the other. So you can just keep your hands on your legs if you want, but this little added one with the hands behind helps to just pull shoulders back and down. Do a couple more on each side. And this will be, again, it's sending energy up into the brain as well. So it's a good thing to do if you're not feeling very inspired in your work day. Okay, relax the shoulders. Again, take a deep breath in. Exhale. Okay, my all-time favorite hip exercise, we're moving on to hips now, is this one. So what I would suggest doing is pulling back a little bit away from your desk. If you've got your desk out right now, we're going to take one leg up and over, and if you're really tight, that leg is going to be high. If this is too much, just stay here with your leg over. And again, I'm going to turn to the side a little bit so you can see my back. So my leg is over, my foot is flexed. Inhale, lift up here. This might be enough. Or what you might want to do is come forward just a little bit, but not with a rounded spine. Stay really tall. So inhale here. The inhale again is the lengthening breath. It elongates the muscles. The exhale softens and relaxes the muscles. Good, so take a breath in. And then as you exhale, come forwards like this. And then feel that in your glute, that leg that's lifted, you'll feel it in your back, the lower back, the side of the leg. And then it's like stairs where you're inhaling forwards, maybe exhaling down. Again, I say maybe because this might be enough. This is where your ego doesn't step in and say go further down. Listen to your body and really feel what's enough. So for me, this is enough right here. Now, when you're as far forward as you can go, then you might want to tuck your chin into your chest, but just try to keep the back nice and long. Now, how you can do this is one of the few poses you can do and still do everything, even if you're at your office these days, you're back at work. Just pull your chair back a little bit further, maybe an inch or two away from your desk, and you can just type and be like this with your leg lifted up and over. And no one's really going to know it's the same thing as this, but this throws your pelvis and your hips off. This one, for a short amount of time, will really start to open up your back. So again, think length. So let's close your eyes here. Take a long breath in. Exhale. Again, think of your breastbone coming a little bit further forward towards your desk. Drop your shoulders away from your ears and close your eyes. Tuck your chin into your chest. Take a long breath in. Exhale. Come a little bit further forwards. Exhale. Good, so while we've got that leg crossed over, another good way to go a little bit deeper into it is take this hand on the one that's connected to the lifted leg, turn to the side, so it's like you're moving your nose over the foot. So you're starting to lean in this direction. Turn to the side a little bit, and then maybe look behind the opposite shoulder. So this gets you a much deeper stretch, and it also gives you the benefits of a twist. Good, take a long breath in. Exhale, A lot of tight, knotted muscles in the hips. Come all the way up and release down. Good. So now we'll use the heel of our hand, the strongest part of our hand, to just run along the muscles in our legs, maybe the side of the legs, the IT band that gets really tight. You can do a little bit of a circle as well to keep energy flowing in your leg. All right, other side. So lift this leg up and over. Again, I do this a lot with private clients when we're doing office work, but also in group clients, and often people will say, that's alarming, and my leg is really high on this side but low on the other. So again, all of these things will help to balance out the body. If you're finding you get headaches a lot on one side, it's often to do with hips being imbalanced. So again, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, lean forwards, close your eyes, tuck your chin into your chest. Again, inhale forwards, exhale down. And you can use that hand on the bent leg to gently press the knee down so it's in line with the heel and ankle. It won't be like that necessarily today, but if you keep doing this, it will one day. Good, take an inhale and an exhale. Good, one more long deep breath. Think really deep, long muscles, inhaling, and then come all the way back up. Good, so with that leg still crossed over, we're going to turn to the side. You can sort of lengthen your rib cage up by taking your hands underneath your rib cage, lifting it up. This is really good for the digestive system as well, just lengthening the rib cage away from the digestive system. And then again, leaning in the direction of your foot. So you can wiggle into it. You might just want to go side to side to start. Pressing your hand down, take a long breath in, exhale down. And again, if your back is tight, you might feel some little clicks here. Stay here for as long as you want. You can also do this one on the couch watching TV. You don't just have to do it at your desk. Again, try to do a few things at once, as in like when you're doing something relaxing. If you're sitting watching TV, it's nice to do a few little stretches so that you don't have to do them later, because often that's when we procrastinate, if we have it as a to-do list thing at the end of the day. So I'm going to turn a little bit to the side, see how that feels. Take a long deep breath in, exhale, and then come up. And we're just going to finish off with hip circles, which just means rounding our body like this. Close your eyes, take an inhale for one circle and an exhale. And you can let your head get floppy as well and move your neck and your shoulders. Or you can just do little ones here. Good, take an inhale, go in the opposite direction, and an exhale. Good, take one more breath in, exhale. Good, sit up nice and tall. Just gonna close our eyes and finish off with a mini guided relaxation. Good, so really connect to everything moving inside of your body. You can feel your heart pumping a little bit more, your blood flowing, everything's coming alive. So again, this works us physically and mentally. And often we're really good at ignoring signs that our body is giving us, trying to give us. So if you've got a lot of tightness in your shoulders, your neck, your back, your hips, try to just incorporate some of the movements that I gave you today. And often our body, tight muscles in our body affects our mind and can aggravate us, leaving us stressed or just uninspired. But it goes two ways. The mind can often cause tightness in the body. So these deep breaths will often help to relax the mind. And again, if your thoughts are really busy right now, just try to come back into your body. We spend the majority of our time in our head, and the majority of the time in our head, we're in future or past memories. Memories in the past, obviously, but kind of worrying and wondering about the future. So the mind training, mindset training is a whole other category, but for now, just keep your awareness in your body. Think of energy moving in and stress moving out. Open up your eyes. Thank you for joining me today. See you soon.